Hi, my name is Pam Hart. I'm Executive Director here at the Center for Animal Law Studies, and joining me today is Professor Kathy Hessler and Amy Wilson, and I'm so pleased to have you both joining us, and we're going to be talking about a very important, first of its kind day. But before we get to that, let's talk about AALI. Can someone please share with me what AALI stands for and why we started it?
Yeah, so AALI stands for Aquatic Animal Law Initiative. And what we decided at the clinic, at the Animal Law Clinic at Lewis and Clark, was there wasn't enough attention being paid to aquatic animals. So as we're trying to figure out what laws should protect the animals, what harms they're facing, these animals were not in the conversation. So animals in testing, animals in agriculture, companion animals, captive animals, animals in entertainment. And so even as we tried to find information about the status of these animals and how we could do more to protect them, that information was not available. And so we realized we had to create something ourselves. And so we were creating AALI to be a resource for clients around the world to see what we can do to further the interest and protect the interests of aquatic animals and to raise them to visibility so that people understand they exist, understand their problems, and understand what they can do to help them.
Thank you. That's great. And, I know a lot of people, when they hear aquatic animals, they think of fish, but it's so much more. Can you tell me how you define aquatic animals?
Sure. And I think that's a great observation. Definitely fish is the first thing that comes to mind, but there really is a huge amount of animals included in the category. Really animals that live in or near water, and these can range from marine mammals, so polar bears, to birds such as seagulls and penguins, even coral, starfish, finfish, sharks. A huge amount of animals are included in this category, octopi. It's quite, actually, once you start delving into it, you'll find it's a very deep rabbit hole, and it's a very exciting category of animal.
And what type of legal protections or lack of legal protections does this classification of animals have or not have?
So they have less protections, as you're probably guessing correctly, than most other animals. So sometimes these animals are not even categorized as animals, and so they're not included in the statutes at all. There are some protections, so the Marine Mammal Protection Act that Amy mentioned, the Species Act, sometimes the Anti-Cruelty Act, at the state level will include these animals, most of the time not. And sometimes it's really vague. It's not clear whether they're included or excluded from the statute because they're not specifically mentioned. And sometimes they're defined as animals and sometimes they're not defined as animals. And so that's part of the work of AALI, is to sort of let people know where those gaps are, let them know where there is protection and where there isn't, and what can be done. That's part of what we're doing.
Great. And so you're constantly striving to raise the profile of aquatic animals. And with that, you have something on the horizon. Can you tell me about this special day?
Great. So what we thought would be a good way to do this is to create a day where we just celebrate aquatic animals. And this is through what we are calling World Aquatic Animal Day. And really, as we've already mentioned, the idea is to educate people, who do we mean when we say aquatic animals? Who's included in this category? What are the threats that they face? What does the law say? What are different ways that people can protect them and different things that people can do? And really just a day focused around all of these and other issues that come from it. And we thought it would be a good way to do it.
That's fantastic. So if I'm watching this and I'm a law student and I'm an attorney, maybe I'm an animal advocate and I want to get involved and I want to support this day, what can I do? Do you want to start?
Sure. I think what we want to do is really encourage people to take control of the situation themselves and think of what they can do within their own means, within their own interests, and within their own communities. And we obviously have some ideas and some suggestions, and these, and I'll switch over to Kathy, but these can range anything from a beach cleanup, to watching documentaries, encouraging your friends to learn a little bit about this, but really taking control of it yourselves.
And so we anticipate that people will have some of their own ideas, but as Amy says, we want people to take a beat, right? Take a minute and think about these animals, and then maybe choose whatever advocacy is comfortable for them. So they might write a letter to the editor to their local paper. They might testify. They might go speak to a kindergarten class about these animals. There's a lot of things. They might have a poster contest. They might draft a bill. So there's so many things that they can do, and we'll have a list of ideas on our website that people can come to if they're looking for ideas, and we'll also be interested in hearing other people's ideas. Because we think, as Amy said, this should be an opportunity for people at their own comfort level to decide how to engage with this. So there are some very easy things. People can choose not to eat these animals for a day. They can choose to to buy alternative products that don't have these animals involved. So there are a lot of things that should be very low cost and very easy for people to do.
Well, thank you both. It's just such a pleasure to learn more about AALI, about upcoming World Aquatic Animal Day. Make sure you mark your calendars for that. And I know leading up to this special day, you're going to have other ideas. We're going to be having posts and tweeting and sharing on our website ways that you can get involved. So look forward to that as well. So thank you both.
Thank you.
Thank you.